Dad made a model of a gun, which would be a, I guess they call it a repeating rifle, out of wood with all the working parts in it. And several people there in Woodruff saw it, and they said, well, you should get a patent on it. Well, it was this old Captain Witherell that I think maybe he was kind of like what they call a carpetbagger or something. He'd go through the towns and all, selling you something or get something for you, that could help you do something. And he said he knew the very guy in Alton that had helped my dad get his patent. And of course it went to Browning. And never heard a thing about it. And when that rifle come out, it was the very thing that my dad had.
Only Browning got credit for it.
That Browning got credit for that one. I'm sure Browning done some others, but this one, the one my dad made.
But he had a lot of guns, and he really...
Yes, he had some old muzzle loaders of all kinds of the guns. I don't know how many. I have to get the picture up someday and just count how many guns is in that picture with him. And then he gave each one of his wee kids a gun on our 12th birthday. He was 22. And I was glad mine wasn't a single shot. Ava's was a single shot. And they only shot one kind of bullet. Or mine shoots both shorts and longs.
Did he make the gun out of a series of other guns, or
Yeah,
was
he
it...
made this one out of two, and I don't remember. I didn't used to know what the barrel and the stock was, but I don't know anymore what it was.
That's the one I have?
Uh-huh. But people would bring their guns to him to fix, and one time he looked down the barrel of this gun when this guy brought it in, and he says, no wonder it don't work. Have you ever cleaned this gun? My dad was real upset when guys didn't clean their guns, just like his tools had to be cleaned and put up in a certain place every night. And but this one, he ran over it with his machinery or something, and it almost bent it in a bow. I remember seeing that thing. And Dad got it all straight.
Dad would fix guns then all the time.
Yeah. It was real good. And even after he went to Evanston, he did. He had that little shop out behind, and people still brought him guns that he fixed. So my grandfather, Eastman, and a man by the name of Putnam, and two other men. Well, one of them was another Eastman, which was a cousin of my dad's, Aubrey. They were the first white people to enter in Woodruff. But they went up there early one spring to see what it was like up there. And of course there was lots of Indians around there. But Dad hauled in lumber and made a frame house during the summer, and had it all ready to bring Grandma and the kids up. So they wintered that first winter in Woodruff. And one day this old Indian Joe said, said to my grandfather, I dreamed last night that you gave me your army uniform. And so it was anything for Grandpa to do but give it to him. And a couple of days later, Grandpa said, I had a dream too, a dream that you left me this land and this spring. And the old Indian said, fair enough.
Well, he must have been a chief or something then.
Yeah, the old chief, Joe, or no, old Indian Joe, I think they call him, but then I'll have to look up in the history and see exactly what they call him, but I think it was Indian Joe.
Now, your dad must have been in the Civil War, was he?
My grandfather.
Your grandfather, I mean.
Yeah. And it was a uniform that had the yellow stripe up
He was on the north side of the north?
I don't know. Yes, he'd be in the north because he was in Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that spring, they used that for the water for Woodruff Town. It's piped down for, of course, it don't take a very big stream to shoot up there. Woodruff's not a very big place.
Tell us about the cemetery.
And then my grandfather had to go to the state and request to have a private cemetery. And now I learned that back east that they, families do this a lot. And so he has the Eastman Cemetery there.
Not too far from the spring.
Yeah. Well, it's down towards town a little bit more, and it's right close to the spring. It's down towards town a little closer, but right in that same vicinity. And then my dad built that two-story log house that's still standing on where my dad lived. His mama,
That's downtown though.
no, up the ranch.
Oh,
So that built this two-story log house, and it's still standing there. Of course, you can't go through it now. What happens now? And one time, my one niece out to Woodruff, she said she was up there looking at these things, and she decided to take the bed and the cupboard down and see what she could do with it. She said it looked like it had pretty nice wood in them. So she took them down and refinished them, and she's using them. And I saw those things in that house every time I go there. And never ever thought anything about anything like that. So I'm glad somebody could see
it's your
something like
niece, is it? One of your nieces?
that. Well, it's Floyd.